is Hannah, and I started the Box Collectors Society to explore inclusive definitions of creativity and gender. Welcome to my channel. Last month, I was inspired to do some figure drawing after seeing some of Little Tiny Eggs' watercolor figure drawings, so I figured I'd give it a go. I am using a brush here that I think is just a little too small for the line work I'm trying to create. I wanted something really gestural, and I wanted to be able to show the pigmentation in the watercolors, but since the width of my line is so narrow, I find I'm scratching a lot at the page instead of completing line work with one or two strokes. So I definitely want to try this again with a larger brush, but I'm still pretty happy with how these turned out. If you want to see all of them, they're on my Instagram. I'm pretty sure I was just using the Line of Action website here, and I was doing intervals of a couple minutes to complete the pose. I did some sketching warm-ups before jumping into watercolor, but I didn't really even want to show them because I liked how much more the watercolors came out. It's been a while since I've done any figure drawing, and it was a really nice challenge. I also like how Line of Action has just faces or just hands or animals. I definitely would like to practice my animals more as I start getting into surreal territory, wanting to draw my emotions anthropomorphized. This month marks my second year since receiving top surgery, and I just wanted to draw something celebratory. I wanted it to be simple and not take super long, but just something that serves as a marker in my sketchbook of me taking time to reflect on how I am growing and accepting and acting to get the services that I need to live a happier life. So yeah, I drew these little rainbow top surgery scars. Also, you may notice these little rainbow lights flickering around. I was gifted by my partner's dad this little plastic rainbow prism solar powered window suction cup device and it fully did not work for the first 6 months we had it, and I thought it was just broken, but it was stuck to the window, so I just kind of forgot about it. And then a month ago it just started working, and we get 15 minutes of rainbows on random days when it's really, really sunny, and it's magical. I'm low-key obsessed with it. I'm excited to say I only have 4 more pages left in this sketchbook. And like all good YouTube artists, I have already purchased my next sketchbook before I have finished the first sketchbook in motivation for finishing the first sketchbook. And hopefully that will work for me. I am really motivated anyway to finish it. It'll be my first finished pretty sketchbook. And I don't really abide to the like pretty art thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is it'll be my first sketchbook where I've like done full spreads instead of like doodles and grocery lists. And I'm really proud of the art in it. So it's not necessarily that the art had to be a certain way or look a certain way. It's just pieces that I have followed through with and pieces that I've made like larger than previously with like borders and backgrounds. So it was a real challenge, and I feel like my art grew a lot. It's funny because it didn't feel like this piece took that long to make, but looking over the footage, it took a while. Colored pencil is always deceptive like that when you're trying to layer it. Anyways, here's the finished piece. I knew I wanted the next sketchbook to be smaller so that I could finish pages in shorter sittings. The sketchbook that I was currently working in was a big improvement over the 8.5 by 11 size sketchbook I had previously, and it felt really manageable to finish spreads over, a week's time. But I definitely want to be able to finish things in shorter amounts of time, and I want to share more sketchbook tours. So I got this little one, and it's square, which is cool because of the box collector's namesake. A big part of the name stems from this idea of compartmentalizing feelings and experiences, and so I'm trying to envision this sketchbook as a bunch of like boxes in the attic, and each page is a box, and you're not totally sure what it contains, but it's like something buried deep in my brain that like needs to be opened tenderly and like looked at either with nostalgia or sadness, or insert here feeling you could have from opening a random box in your grandparents' attic. But that's kind of the plan for this sketchbook, and I think it should really inspire my like daily drawing practice. I know a lot of artists cover their sketchbooks in fellow artist stickers, and I am definitely interested in adding more mushroom stickers made by artist friends. But I'm getting this guy started with this insane amount of mushroom stickers that I found at the craft store. And I tried to find like what types they were. So I'll list a few of the names here, but I couldn't identify them all. I've not really learned much about identifying mushrooms before, and there are so many that look really similar. So take this with a grain of salt, but it was cool to learn a little bit about mushrooms and how to identify them while I was getting my new sketchbook ready. If you have any fun mushroom facts or stories, please leave them in the comments below. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I was going to tell you guys about this insane mushroom dye documentary that I watched about like natural dyes, like colors. It started with this group of women, or like two friends in the 1970s, who started like making their own dyes in the backyard, but it like turned into this like huge national like letters sending correspondence between this like group of hobbyists who were making dyes and like learning about the chemistry of mushrooms, and academics who were studying mushrooms or like fungi in general. And then it turned into like a couple different books that were published. It's really cool. It's also a great resource if you work with fiber. So yeah, look for that in the section below the video. I'll put a link to the YouTube documentary, and then there should be links to like the book and stuff there. But it was fascinating. Definitely check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month.